life has been crazy. Just wanna be okay. How can I pick up the pieces when everything breaks with every day? I'm getting older, I feel the weight upon my shoulders. I'm strong enough, I'll rise above. It's all gonna be okay. If I can be anything, I think I'm gonna be me. I know I gotta be me. Nowhere else I wanna go, no one else I'd rather be. I think I'm gonna be me. I think I'm gonna be me. Everything's changing, just trying to navigate. Oh, I keep on believing I'm gonna find my way with every day. I'm getting older, I feel the weight upon my shoulders. I'm strong enough, I'll rise above. It's all gonna be okay. If I can be anything, I think I'm gonna be me. I know I gotta be me. Nowhere else I wanna go, no one else I'd rather be. I think I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna be me. I think I'm gonna be me, me, me. I know I gotta be me, me, me. There's nowhere else I wanna go, no one else I'd rather be. I think I'm gonna be me. I know I gotta be me, me, me. There's nowhere else I wanna go, no one else I'd rather be. I think I'm gonna be me. I think I'm gonna be me.
¿Qué tal ha ido?
Welcome to What Up Wednesday on the road, friends, Keely Dunn, FH Umpires, and we are in Amsterdam, sort of. I mean, that's the allegation. I walked into a hotel room. It looks like Amsterdam. I don't know. We'll see. We're going to do a quicker show tonight, famous last words, but I have a very special guest who's going to be coming on in a couple of minutes. This is what we're planning on tonight, and of course, the scene doesn't work. Let's try this again. I am going to be talking about the EHCO trophy, which is the reason we're here in Amsterdam when an umpire gets hit in the socials, and women's uniforms might be a thing. Yes, those are going to be, I'm sure I'm not going to rant at all. It's going to be absolutely fine. For those of you who've joined in, I'm so glad you're here. It's been a little crazy to get it started, but hey, that's what we do, is just make it happen. So hopefully the sound is good. I'm just going to double check and make sure with the comments that everything is coming through okay. You know, Rachel, I'm looking for you. I'm looking for you to tell me that the sound is good. But there we go. We finally got there at 0 seconds. Okay. Hopefully we're on the road, because I am going to bring on now our very special guest so that we can talk. We have double sound. Interesting. Okay, let's see if I can do it. But we're going to talk about the EHCO trophy with my very special guest, Leandro Martinez Zarita. Welcome, Leandro. How are you doing tonight?
Hi, I'm doing well. How are you doing, Keely? Thanks for inviting us.
Of course, of course. I'm just going to see if I can fix the sound while you and I are talking. External microphone. Let's see. I'm not sure why there's two, but big echo. We'll just forge ahead, and I'll see if I can figure this out. Thanks for coming on. We are on the eve of one of your biggest events of the year, Leandro. How are you feeling as you're getting ready to go into Friday?
Yeah, I mean, really looking forward to it. But yeah, with 1,000 things, I mean, 16 teams with 16 different timetables, team managers, players. I mean, 3 different chats for organizing it, hotels, restaurants, buses, airports,
Yes.
people calling you, people messaging you. I mean, it's quite a challenge, but we're enjoying it a lot and having a lot of fun while also working a lot.
Of course. So, Leandro, for those people who are watching at home and haven't met you already, tell me, who are you and what is driving your passion to help make this tournament
Okay.
happen this week?
Well, I guess long story shortened, the European Hockey Clubs Organization gathers the top hockey clubs or the first division hockey clubs from Germany, the Netherlands, Belgium, Spain, Austria, and some English clubs. And basically, or originally, we were born in order to align the schedules of the European leagues and to lobby initially against the Pro League because it was a hurdle for our development, and we really saw in the first years that our leagues were not having enough weekends, and we ended up reaching an agreement of 25 weekends for the European leagues. And far beyond that, we were somehow loving a lot. And at some point, I said to myself, "Hey, why are you always arguing? Why are you always on the? Why don't we do something new? Why don't we start doing real things?" And then at some point, talking with Fabrizio and with Sander, the other co-organizers, they said to me, "Hey, Leandro, there might be a good idea, which would be doing an under 19 tournament for the young players that played that were champions in the under 18s the year before in all of those countries: Germany, Netherlands, Belgium, Spain, and bringing all together during EHL, so that we at some point we will be backing up EHL, and on the other hand we will be giving a very good opportunity to all the young players that have been achieving excellence in their own countries. So we gather all the talented players of Europe together so that they can have this kind of contest."
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. Now, you did mention their names, but why don't you give a bigger shout out to Fabrizio and Sander and tell everybody how they
Yeah.
are part of what I call you the Tres Amigos.
Yeah,
How do you all know
It's
each other and
funny.
how do you work together in this?
Yeah. Well, I've been knowing Sander for many years. I mean, he came to Barcelona and played for a club when he was on his late 20s, and we ended up living. We're now neighbors. Our kids are good friends. Or his wife, very good friend of my wife, and he's a close friend. I ended up going with him to India to play the Indian Hockey League a long time ago. And he has his company, the hockey department, which is a champion in terms of logistics for hockey all over Europe. And he said to me, "Leandro, hey, I really like the idea." So and then Fabrizio, it was his idea. He was the one having the idea. He was the first one that came to me and said, "Hey, Leandro, you really need to do this. My idea would be doing a tournament for all the youth under 18s from all over Europe, but we will do it under 19 because it makes sense to give the opportunity to the ones that championed last year in each of their countries." So, I mean, with the idea of Fabrizio, the logistics of Sander and my own madness, we ended up creating this. So,
That's a very accurate description. Now that we're in our second year, I think, yep, that absolutely checks out. Now, you did talk, you mentioned about club hockey yourself. Can you tell me just a little bit more about what European club hockey means to you in terms of, what you did when you were coming up playing, and Fabrizio and Sander, and why that's so important to your vision for hockey in Europe?
Well, I mean, I am a living example of having played in many clubs. I started playing for Polo Barcelona, and then while I was finishing my studies, I went to Germany and I played for Munich Sport Club, and then for Harvestehude in Hamburg. After that, I went to Australia and played for UTS Sydney, then came back to Barcelona and started playing for FC Barcelona. After that, I went to India to play for Delhi Wizards. So for me, hockey has been a way of traveling around the world, meeting people, getting to know having friends all over the globe, and at the end even working with some of those people. So I really think European hockey trophy, the EHCO trophy, is a good way of giving an international experience to young talented players that maybe they end up being the champions in the under 18 championship of their country, but their club will never play, for instance, the EHL, or maybe they won't have the chance to play for their national team, or maybe after being the champion, they don't have enough opportunities to play senior hockey in a good competitive club. So I think it goes that way. I believe I didn't have that opportunity, and because I didn't have it, I want to give it now to the young generation. And I want to evangelize all clubs in Europe so that they really commit to this competition, because it's a wonderful opportunity not only to access the most talented hockey players in Europe, but also in terms of having a good experience, all the players together, and you can get to meet people from the Netherlands, from Belgium, from Germany, from Spain, from all over Europe, and I really think that's a very rich experience for all the youth people we're gathering.
Yeah, I love how you said that, because the whole point about providing something that you maybe weren't able to access during your own career for whatever reasons, that's something that really drives me. And it's one of the reasons that FH Umpires now is a big part of this tournament on the umpiring and officiating side, is that we can, and as FH Umpires, provide opportunities to umpires who wouldn't be able to do top European club competition because they're not part of their international setups or couldn't go to international tournaments. They get these opportunities now, and it's a very, very special thing from my perspective that we get to provide to our folks. So I wanted, express my gratitude to you for that, because that's just incredible.
And I can only be grateful to you guys for giving us the opportunity to collaborate with you. Without you, we wouldn't be where we are. And also, I mean, what you're saying is quite important. What does officiality mean? It's important, I think, to for me, it's important to be. I mean, of what officiality means. I mean, we are always talking about hockey should always be organized by NAs. NAs should always collaborate with the Continental Federation. Blah 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 blah. Okay, wonderful. But where's the private initiative in all this? Why? I mean, I have nothing wrong with that. But since the very moment in which all top European countries, in terms of hockey, in terms of clubs, they gather together and they say, we want to have this European hockey trophy all together, is that not official? From the very moment that an organization like yours that has umpires all over the globe with an incredible amount of expertise, they decide to collaborate and go to a tournament like ours or to any other, and they are backed up by their own curriculums and CVs. Why is that not official? Why? I mean, what's the degree of officiality? Who gives that stamp? No, I mean, those are questions that are not easy to answer, but we shouldn't be restricted or limited by the easy poster of saying, okay, you're not official, you're out. We really need to ask ourselves those questions and to challenge that. And here we are challenging hockey in the best possible way, of course.
Of course. Yes, I mean, you and I have spoken about this countless times and how much this resonates with me and with our community. It's absolutely huge that there's other ways that we can work in different silos and different systems to complement, to grow, and to expand the sport in general. I think is hugely important. And it's the strength of many other sports that we are aspiring to catch, isn't it? It's not just about, doing things the way that they've always been done. If we want to get bigger, this is what we need to do. It's really important. I just want to bring in this comment. Leandro, have you ever met our friend Ernst Bart here? He's saying, I've finally found someone who talks even more than me. And how often does Leandro also umpire a game? He's asking. What's your umpiring experience, Leandro?
Well, that's a good question. To be honest, I've been the best. I mean, I used to be a very bad boy while I was a player, and I got sent off many times. But I must admit that I ended while I was in Australia. I ended up refereeing many games in order to get some dollars. So
They
so
pay
I
really well in
like
Australia, don't they?
sorry.
They pay very well in Australia for their umpires,
Yeah,
don't they?
yeah. I remember, playing on Saturdays and then waking up very early on Sundays and refereeing from 9 a.m. till 9 p.m. the whole day. So I have a huge respect for referees. Yeah, although some of them might be laughing at me now by saying so.
Well, all of us as we get older, I have a lot more respect for coaches and players now, so it all works the same way. And I remember, I think it was maybe 6 months ago, Leandro, that we had a clip of you playing, and somehow it came to my attention. I don't know if you sent it or if it came up on the social medias when you were with Harvest Tutor, and we looked
Yeah.
at the clip because Andy Mayer sent you off with a yellow card for a slide tackle, and you were adamant that it was the wrong decision, and we had a really good chat about it, really good laugh. I'll try to put a link to that in the description for those of you watching on replay, so you can go back and look at it, because it was really fun. It was really fun to
I
look at.
remember that.
Yeah. You don't remember it? You're just So it was last year was the first edition of the EHCO trophy, and we had the 8 teams. We had 4 on the girls side, 4 on the boys side. And tell me about what you and Fabrizio and Sander all learned from that first edition of the tournament.
Well, um, I mean, it was what we learned was that we really need. I mean, we really need to invest more in time in terms of logistics, getting. I mean, preparing all the traveling better, getting to know what hotels are the teams using, what arrival times, training times, changing rooms, goalkeepers, briefings, passports and IDs, first kit, second kit, dealing with all their own communication officials, their own and Twitter and YouTube people in charge. I mean, that has been an invisible job that you don't really notice when you go and visit and watch the tournament, but it's 80% of the whole thing. So yeah. I think we what we've learned is that we want to continue with the equally amazing. I mean, the 2 genders. Unlike other tournaments, we for us it's a mantra. What we do with the girls, we do it with the boys, and vice versa. It's this year 8 girls team and 8 boys team, and we are trying to. For us, it's natural thing. I mean, whatever we do with one gender, we do it with the other one, and then maybe one of the new things for which I'm very, very, very happy is that this year we're having an English team, the English champion, youth English champion from last year, Repton Hockey Club. We've been trying to convince the English for a long while. We couldn't make it last year, but this year they're there. So I'm very happy to have them, and I'm really looking forward to have other clubs from other nations in next editions. And that's something we're working hard, trying to enlarge the origins of all the participants without losing the quality of the game. So that's something, that's an equation that is not always happy, but not always easy. But yeah, we're working with that. Maybe another thing we learned is that we really need to improve the streaming. Last year, streaming was that way, and this year we're going with our own AI camera that we're going to be using for streaming. I don't know if we're going to be able to stream all the matches, but for sure the finals are going to be on streaming, and at least 2 or 3 matches every day are going to be on streaming with MyPlay, which is one of our sponsors, and we are also very grateful to them. So, and then what else? And then the other thing is working. I think one thing we learned is that we were a little bit disrupting last year. and that generated some kind of misunderstandings with other entities and associations. But this year, I think we have a very strong and good atmosphere relationship with Euro EHF, and we are sharing the fan zone with EHL. So EHL and EHCO are going to be sharing the fan zone, and I think that's very interesting because we are here also to support EHL, and now in the Excel that we are preparing, I've seen all the applications from all the eco teams, and I have more than 1,600 people willing to have the wristband to watch EHCO, but also the EHL. So at the end of the day, we are a collateral profit for EHL, and we want to be. So it's not that we're against EHL; we want to collaborate with EHL, and we're here to help them as we expect them to help us.
Absolutely, very complimentary, and that's some of the things that are changing for this year, like you mentioned, the fan zone being in between Wagner and the Amsterdam Hockey and Bandy Club pitches, where our tournament's going to be played on. I think that's beautiful. That's going to be super fun for everybody. It's going to give everybody more exposure and more eyeballs on these amazing players who are out there doing their best, and of course my team, who are going to be also serving the tournament to their best of their ability. And I'm so excited that's happening. So is there going to be live streaming from both the pitches, or just pitch one, do you think?
Well, that's what we're working. I mean, in theory, there are cameras of Amsterdam Hockey Club in pitch one, and our idea was to bring our own eco camera to pitch two. We'll see how that goes, because I believe for Friday the cameras of Amsterdam were not working. They're trying to fix them, so we might move our AI camera to pitch one, and then see if they can fix their own cameras, and then eventually move ours to pitch number two. So that's one of the things we are now trying to fix.
I just know that's the first question everybody asks is, okay, well, what pitch? Is it both pitches and that sort of thing? So I just thought I'd throw it out there, and also for my own curiosity.
We will be I think we'll be sharing all the schedule and each pitch every day in our Instagram. So guys,
Yeah.
be there, and you'll get all the data, and I believe it's gonna be, or maybe the previous night is gonna be already published.
Yep, perfect. And I just put the address for the for EHCO Hockey on Instagram. That's where almost all of the information comes out. So if you're interested in anything that's happening in the tournament, I highly recommend everybody make sure you give them a follow. And luckily, they're tagging us in some of the things as well, which means that the same things will appear on the FH Umpires feed. And so we'll try to get that going as well within our umpiring team. I'll make sure to mention that at our briefing tomorrow. A really nice comment here from Christian Segura. Leandro and Sander are great guys. From my experience, the best quality of them is that they devote all of their energy on any product or project they believe in. And yes, umpires love Leandro, so I'm sure he's not kidding.
He used to be a referee. He's now a journalist from Spain, working for a very well-known Spanish newspaper, but living. He's a war journalist. He's now living in Ukraine, so he's a very brave guy.
Oh, wow, Christian. Okay, well, thank you for everything that you're doing, and feel free, Christian, to drop me a note anytime, because obviously as somebody who's doing things in media and also obviously in umpiring, I'm just out here to try to meet as many people as I can and make connections, because you never know when something is going to turn into something like how this happened, because Ernst is the reason that we as FH umpires got involved with EHCO, because he knew that I was taking a group of umpires to watch the EHL. And when we got the call from Sander 3 weeks before the tournament last year, it was like, okay, let's umpire the tournament. And it was just, I want to say this, because I don't think I can say it enough times, how much I appreciate the group of people that we brought that time, who were all in. As soon as I said, this tournament, these under-19 players need us, and they all said, yes, let's do it. We are all in. And they were very patient any organizational things that we had to work out, they were super patient. And I thought, I'm not going to lie, I thought they did a fantastic job, and I'm really excited to what's going to be happening this year. So, what a great opportunity, and thank you, Ernst, for getting all this going. So, you already talked about how you want to expand the tournament with teams from more regions. Is there anything else about the tournament that you're hoping to really accomplish in the future?
Well, I mean, I think we really need to work in three ways. One is officiality. Obviously, I understand that we are already official since the very moment that the first division clubs from Germany, Netherlands, Belgium, Spain, Austria, and some of England are willing to have this opportunity. But far beyond that, we've been seeing some overlapping with 4 nation tournaments under 18, and that's a hurdle because we really have some teams which are not coming with some of their top players, and we really need to solve that. I understand that national associations have national budgets or government budgets, and they can be more flexible organizing those kind of 4 nation tournaments in other weekends of the year. And this tournament is really attached to EHL, which is a club weekend, and we should really concentrate all efforts in this Easter weekend as a club experience. So that's one line of work. Another line of work is working with sponsors. We do have sponsors, Amsterdam Hockey and Bandy Club, you guys, FH Umpires, Indian Maharaja, the hockey department, my play, my own law firm. So, but we'd really like to have an institutional sponsor for next year. We're now working with several companies. So that's one thing to work. And then the other thing is trying to maybe jump outside the box a little bit, thinking about crazy things. I was eventually thinking about why not inviting an Indian team or an Argentinian team or a Canadian team. Having something new, something that is a little bit disrupting. I think the main aim is to enlarge the experience or improve the experience of talented hockey for European countries or for European clubs, and that means sometimes also inviting people outside Europe. Why not? So I'm trying to be, having that kind of disruptive mentality is also something we all need in order to improve.
Oh, I love that. That's amazing. So sign me up, sign us up. I mean, this is just all. This is very much in the spirit that we have too. That we are trying to innovate. We're trying to keep pace with the game. Maybe even someday stay ahead of it as it continues to evolve, because as umpires, we know we have a really important job to be able to facilitate all this growth and make sure that we're giving players that stage where they can do all the amazing things that they're about to do, and you're providing the format for them to do it in. So this is all really, really exciting. I absolutely love this. Is there anything else as we're wrapping this up that you'd like people at home to know about EHCO Trophy before we get ready to get into it on Friday?
Well, no, I think we've talked more or less about everything. I really want to thank everybody. I mean, we are here, Fabricio, Sandra, and myself, but there's many other people behind that have been supporting us. You, Ernst, even Marcos Hoffman at the Euro Hockey, some NAs, coaches, officials, journalists, sponsors. So many people have been telling us, "Hey guys, you're doing well. Let's do it. Let's repeat it. That's an amazing idea." Blah 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 blah. So I can only be grateful. I'm really looking forward to it and seeing you all there in Amsterdam from Friday on. And we're gonna try to do the best we can to get the best outcome. And yeah. Thank you.
Awesome. Leandro, thank you so much for your time. That was fantastic. And I'm super excited. I know everybody else watching is super excited too. So we will see you I don't know if I'll see you tomorrow at all, but if not, I will see you early on Friday, I'm sure. And we'll get this party started and have a good time. But thanks for joining me tonight. I'm really glad that we were able to talk and share all this. So thanks very much.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity to
Of
talk.
course.
Thank you.
All right. We'll see you soon. All right, everyone. That was Leandro Martinez Zarita. And what an exceptional opportunity that we have to be able to umpire this tournament and officiate and support such an amazing, amazing just performance of hockey. It's just fantastic. So Ernst, I don't know if you're still there, but again, I just want to say thank you, because just these little connections and sharing these pieces of information and just how much we love hockey is the reason that we were able to get this done. So thank you so much. Okay, announcements, as we often do. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's see if I can. Okay, I got this. Everything's different, everybody. Oh, and my camera's not on. Well, that's fun. Let's see if I can get this done. This is awesome. There we go. I knew there was going to be some technical problems. Here we go. I would like to congratulate this fine person, Tim Clay, on achieving his level 3 MPUA promotion. And let's see. I think I can fire it this way. Here we go. We sort of talked about it on Sunday, but if I don't have the picture and I don't have the graphics, it's not official. So I wanted to make sure that we officially got that done. And Tim, congratulations. It was really nice. Tim sent me a DM and because it's a DM, I won't share the contents, but it was just really nice to hear from him. And I'm just so glad that he was able to meet this goal, because he has been working towards it and really working hard. So good job and all that. So let's see. Jonathan here is just saying that was really good. I'm glad you enjoyed that, and thank you. We will. We just need each other, and we need all of our experience and teamwork to pull this off. So I'm really excited. And Ernst, gotta love the hockey. Absolutely. Okay, let's get into our second topic of the day. And it is when an umpire gets hit with social media. So, friends, here we go. Now I have to fix this one too.
I think it's Karain Kaspers who will be claiming it. He will do it. This is massive controversy because it came off Marcin Grockel's foot. Goalkeeper Gukasov ended up lying on the ball. Sure, we'll see in the clear in the replay in a moment. Watch, it's taken down by Havenga. Troyens misses it across the goal, touched in. Gukasov lies on it to stop it going in. Pulled out and then played it off. My goodness, off the foot of Grockel. Simon, what a great spot that was.
So, friends, this will keep playing. Let me mute this because we now have that. But friends, I mean, yeah. So several people sent this clip over, and I, at first I didn't even want to talk about it all, but I think there is something interesting. Let's see. Who is he? Oops. Look, don't at me about this. This is just everything going crazy. For those who don't know him, which one is he? I don't know who him is and he. So let me know, Rachel. You're very welcome. Oh, I see. I'm sorry. In the photo here. I'll just go back to this. Tim is on the left, and that is his colleague Peter McIntosh on the right. Thank you. Sorry, Rachel. Figured that out. Just took me a hot minute. And now I have to figure out how to go back to my scene, but don't worry.
Great.
I've got this.
Sí, no, pero tengo que hacer las conclusiones luego.
And here it is. Okay. So we're back to this. We're back to our friend Marcin, who is, unfortunately, we're staying with the EHL theme at least, right? Getting hit by the ball. Now, I don't think there's a single person in this crowd who won't know what the proper result of this is, right? But the reason that I wanted to talk about it just briefly a little bit is because of, don't be a smart aleck, Ian. No, nobody needs a smart aleck. Is that this clip is older. This is at least, I think this is pre-COVID. this particular one of EHL action, and I think it's something that I have talked about on What Up Wednesday a long time ago, and it's been resurfaced. So sometimes what will happen is social media outlets will have a look at things that they've published in the past, and especially things that have gotten a lot of engagement, and they'll decide that, oh yeah, we're gonna do this again, and we're gonna put this out again. And not surprising to all of us is that things that have to do with umpires and decisions that umpires make tend to get a lot of attention, which is, I have contradictory feelings about this, because for us it shouldn't be about the sensationalism. The players should always have the center stage, and what they're doing have the center stage. But at the same time, if we can shine some light on things that umpires are doing and how their array of understanding and interpretations get applied in a game, that can be very helpful as well. But this isn't really one of those things. It's just a really unfortunate incident and an application of the rule that says an umpire is part of the pitch. So when the ball hits the umpire, it's purely a play-on situation. Now, all of us know this, but for those of you, some people did ask, well, do you think that there was something about the umpire's positioning that could have changed? I mean, when you look at this, especially several times, as we are right now, is that you can see that the ball had gotten underneath the goalkeeper, who was in a very non-traditional position as a goalkeeper. When keepers go supine, they're usually on one side or the other, right? I mean, I'm not a goalkeeping expert. You tell me if I got this wrong, but usually that's how they're trying to make their stops, is by front facing the ball and being on one side or the other. And this goalkeeper just, because of the deflection and, a choice that he makes, he ends up on his back. And that's a very, actually, kind of ice hockey thing to do. So the likelihood of that goalkeeper obstructing an attacker because the ball gets inadvertently trapped underneath him is actually really high. And so Marcin needs to move into this position in order to see the ball that's on the other side of his body. There is literally nowhere else he can go other than inside the goal in order to see this. And it's just a freak accident of how the goalkeeper gets up and very quickly the defender gets in on the opposite side and then is trying to send it away. So there's really, it's just a freak occurrence that hits Marcin. And what I wanted to pull out of this is that other than that, what we've done is every time one social media property finds something like this, and this happens on Instagram every week, is that they all steal each other's clips, and especially the ones that aren't generating the unique content. And Hockey NL obviously is not one of them. Hockey NL develops their own content, and they put out some really good stuff. But these guys, the others like Inside Hockey, and there's a whole bunch of them, that all they do is scrape the content of other very hardworking media outlets and use it for their own and get all the likes and the engagement and grow their followings, and then try to make money off that, I guess. And they're doing so really at the cost of an umpire here in this situation, because there's nothing really to learn. And so when I say an umpire getting hit in the socials, that's what I mean. He's just getting, this isn't helpful. It is the way things are. There's nothing much to be said. So if anybody has any questions about this and my sort of feelings on it, feel free to pop into the comments and ask. As always, I'm always here for a little bit more of in-depthness. But as far as a rant goes, that was probably not very ranty, was it? It really wasn't ranty at all. But I'm just trying to open up my camera effects so I can fix my FaceTime camera so it's not doing all the weird zooming that I had. Okay, turn off the zoom and pan. That'll work. Okay, that should fix it for all the other scenes, I hope. Who knows? Okay, so let's zip over. I'll do this. Hi, this is really fun to do this the other way. Announcements, and take that away. And what did I want to talk about? Promotions. Oh, it's just this one. Yes. Hi. I'm coming to the UK again. So after this weekend is over, I will be returning and doing some more talking. Just a little bit, just a couple places. I'm actually really tremendously excited that this is all going to pull off. Now let's see if I can just totally fix this. Sorry, because I can see that for every scene, this is going to be a problem once I get this done. Apply to all scenes. There we go. So the schedule is as follows. Going to St. Ives on Thursday the 4th. I'll be working with the Cambridge Academy doing sort of a jamboree thing. So it's not a talk, but we're going to be doing an on-field thing with their young players who are going to experiment with umpiring and get a chance to be on the pitch and do some things practically. It's going to be so much fun. I can't wait for that, especially because I don't have to talk that much. On the 5th, I'm going to spend the day at Holcombe doing some pitch side coaching. So if you're in the area and you want to come and just listen into my process, listen into how I work with umpires, because you probably know I'm a little different, a little unorthodox, and there are always interesting things that I can also learn from my interactions with umpires that way. So very excited about that. And then I go to talk at East Grinstead that night. On the 8th, Keynsham Hockey Club, I'll be speaking there. Wallingford on Tuesday the 9th. Havant on the 10th, and Holcombe back there to do a talk that evening. So there's 2 nights that I don't have a speaking engagement right now, and that's Wednesday the 3rd. But I do have What Up Wednesday. So if I don't get something, I will do What Up Wednesday that day. And then on Sunday the 7th. And I could do one on Friday the 12th if I had to, but my dad's coming in to do our family tour later, so in the morning. So I'm not super pushing on that one, but it's there. So if you use the QR code, you'll find the Facebook post in which I link all the forms. So if you are in any of these areas, these are free of charge. So just come on out and come say hi, because the opportunity for me to be able to meet all of you is one of the most precious things about these trips and tournaments. So, come out and give me a shout, and buy me a drink. Obviously, you have to buy me something, a wine, a G&T, something like that. I'm into G&T now. It's really good. Okay. That is that for the promos. So let's talk about women's uniforms. Might be a thing. I know. You're wondering, Keely, what do you mean women's uniforms might be a thing? Well, I did have a couple of people. I am fixing the camera. Don't worry. It's coming. Camera. There we go. I had a few people send this along to me, this source about, and this comes from Human Resources Magazine, Resource Digest. Let's see if I pull up the full. This is just really ugly, so I didn't want to include all of it, but it's an Human Resources HC Mag, based in Australia, and they had this to report, which was really, really interesting. But it's just nice to see it from other sources and other meanings here. That 6 in 10 female referees and umpires in Australia don't feel comfortable wearing the uniforms and call them male-centric. So they talked about them not being gender-specific or inclusive, that they're expensive, or they don't fit very well, or they have to wear white as uniforms. And I mean, we've had this discussion, and if you're into tennis at all, you'll know about what they've done at Wimbledon in terms of changing the uniform requirements, because that just white uniforms just doesn't work very well for women of a lot of ages. It just makes everybody feel very self-conscious about things that could happen in terms of menstruation and that sort of thing. So it's one of those things, and this report then talks about how this uniforms really are a barrier to officiating. And according to nearly 2/3 of non-officials. So for 2/3 of non-officials to say, I'm not going to take this up because of uniform requirements, in addition to harassment, discrimination, lack of flexibility, inadequate training, and gender stereotypes. I mean, this is a massive, massive thing. So I wanted to share this with you. And just that this is probably one of the easiest things that we can fix. It's really hard to fix patriarchal norms with the division of labor in the home. It's really hard to address pay inequity. It's really hard to address gender stereotypes. Those are all big challenges that we've been working on for decades. But what we wear is the easiest thing to fix. So my call to everyone out there is that let's take this seriously, because we could be opening doors for more women and girls to get into umpiring, our sport in particular, and officiating sports of all kinds, because this is very, very easy to do. So that is what I wanted to share on that topic. And I hope that you can go ahead and you can go read that article elsewhere. I've put the link in the description so you can see. It's not a very long article, but if you have any thoughts about that, things that you want to share about, the recent developments with allowing women officially to wear trousers when they umpire and shorts and that sort of thing, especially at the high level competitions where those restrictions have tended to be more severely enforced. I'd love to hear it. And I'd love to hear about what your experiences have been trying to obtain good uniforms for women umpires, difficulties with associations that you deal with in supplying them, and ideas that you have to make this problem ameliorated, and all that. So that's what I've got for you today. Did I promise a short show? And did I deliver a short show? I think I delivered a short show. Oh my gosh, everybody. It's probably because everybody's across the street at Santa Maria and I'm really hungry and I want to go have some dinner and some food. But I really thank you for coming along on this. And I am so excited about Friday. Tomorrow we will be doing our umpires briefing here at the hotel, and then we have the opportunity to go and watch EHL on the opening day. So that's not going to be an off day really for a lot of us, because it's an opportunity that we have to do some development work, to talk about what's happening and learn some things and be together and bond as a group and talk over what we are going to do as we step onto the pitch for those under 19 players. So it's an important element to what we're doing, and I'm looking forward to that. And then Friday, the tournament starts. So if you haven't already, again, please do go and follow EHCO Hockey on Instagram. They just passed 1,000 followers, and Leander was very excited about that, as he should be, because getting the message out is just, and building that momentum is so important. If you are in the Amsterdam area and you're considering coming down, you are officially invited, and I demand that you come and say hi to me, say hi to all the rest of the team. They're going to be so excited to build up our team membership and get to know each other. So no excuses. It's Easter. You just got to come and got to say hi. And if you are interested in doing some tech officiating, I have some empty chairs for you. Yes, we could use a little bit of help. So it's a great way to have a chance to, to watch these players up close and be part of the game and help contribute and serve. So don't be shy about that. And it's been less than a real hour. Like, isn't that incredible? How did I manage to do this? And there you go. Luke, who is one of our match officials, has just landed and getting to the terminal. So of course he turns on What Up Wednesday so he can come say hi. Isn't that amazing? That is great. And thanks very much, Ian. I know it's going to. I have so much confidence in this group, and having gone through last year and just been amazed I know I'm still going to be amazed this year, but I know it's going to be a lot of delight as well, because I know how well and how committed this group of people are, because they're part of us. They're part of our community. So very excited. Yes, Luke has some chairs, and Rachel says enjoy. And yes, Jonathan, next year you got to come by. Okay, you're sort of in the area. You're close, so please do come. Thank you very much, everybody. We will see you, I think, next week on What Up Wednesday, unless somebody books me for a speaking gig. And if they do, then I'll live stream that. How's that for a good compromise, as I like to do? Thanks again. We will see you next week on What Up Wednesday. Come into the Discord server, fhumpires.com/DS. And there it is. We will see you in the Discord server. Thanks very much, everybody. Bye.